Hello there, and welcome to another video. Today, I'm going to be talking about the machete order. Now you might be wondering, what's that? Well, it's a way to watch Star Wars, and in my opinion, the best way. You see, some people like to watch chronologically, starting with episode 1, then all the way through to episode 9. Some people like to watch in release date order, starting with the originals, then the prequels, then the sequels. Some people have an extra chromosome and like to watch all the Disney shit as well. And some people, like myself, like to watch in the machete order, starting with episode 4, then episode 5, then episode 3, and finishing with episode 6. Now this isn't the true machete order. You're supposed to watch episode 2 before episode 3 and then watch the sequels after episode 6. But this is my video and I say episode 2 sucks balls, and of course we ain't watching the fucking sequels. So why do I watch the way I do? Well, it's because I'm tired of watching shit Star Wars. I too used to watch everything released by Disney. I would get so excited and then I'd see it and all I'd ever be left with was disappointment. The sequels? Shit. If you'd like me to go more in depth, I do so in this video. The Clone Wars and Rebels. There's a few really good episodes in there as stated in these videos. The problem is the rest of it's shit. Rogue One, shit. Solo, shit. Kenobi, shit. The Book of Boba Fett, shit. The Bad Batch, shit. Mando Season 1, not bad. Mando Season 2, not bad. Mando Season 3, shit. Now I actually really like Tales of the Jedi. It gives much needed context to episode 1 and 2. The two films I don't watch when I rewatch Star Wars. If you want to know why I don't like episode 1 and 2, check out this video. Lastly, we've got Andor.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
I'm not even going to waste my breath talking about Visions. It's gotten to the point now that I only want to watch good Star Wars, so let me tell you what's so good about watching the way I do. By starting with A New Hope, we're introduced to Darth Vader and the Empire. Then we meet our hero Luke Skywalker, who's being trained in the Force by Obi-Wan Kenobi. And through the dialogue shared, we learn that Obi-Wan also trained Luke's father, Anakin Skywalker, and that Anakin was killed by Darth Vader. Fast forward to one of the greatest reveals in cinema history.
I am your father.
And now we know Vader is Anakin, we go back and watch Revenge of the Sith as a flashback to find out how Anakin became Vader. And now we know how that happened, we continue where we left off and watch episode 6. Luke's wearing dark robes just like his father. He's also force choking just like his father, which invites us to think, is Luke going to fall to the dark side just like his father? Obviously we know he doesn't. Instead Luke chooses the light, which in turn helps Vader choose the light as well, by killing his master and bringing peace to the galaxy, which is a perfect ending. Celebrations on every planet and Force Ghost Hayden looking over with a smile on his face. A much better ending than
Rey Skywalker.
In my opinion, Star Wars is Vader/Anakin's story, and that story ends with his death. Plus, by not watching episode 1 and 2, you save yourself from all the cringe build-up in the relationship between Padme and Anakin. So no more pedo Padme falling for a child, and no more shitty Naboo love scenes either. Also, there's a few lines of dialogue which mean a lot more by watching in this order. Like when Yoda's on his deathbed and he tells Luke not to underestimate the Emperor. If you watch episode 5 then episode 6, that line of dialogue is just a line of dialogue. But when you watch episode 3 before episode 6 and you see Yoda underestimate the Emperor himself, that warning to Luke becomes a lot more impactful. Or what about when Luke has the high ground and Vader says,
Obi-Wan has taught you well.
If you watch episode 5 then episode 6, that's just a line about Luke being stronger with the Force. But if you watch episode 3 then episode 6, that line becomes Vader acknowledging his defeat to Obi-Wan. Also, another reason my machete order is great is because you can watch it in a day. It only takes 8 hours and 40 minutes to watch 4, 5, 3 and 6. Whereas if you want to watch episode 1, 2 and the sequels as well, you're looking at 20 hours and 28 minutes. Fuck that, that's going to take at least a couple of days. Now don't get me wrong, my machete order isn't perfect. Yes, you get to watch the 2 best Star Wars movies back to back, Empire Strikes Back and then Revenge of the Sith, but that makes Return of the Jedi seem a lot worse than it actually is. The Ewok scenes were really fucking hard to get through after the highs of episode 5 and 3. As well, the relationship between Anakin and Obi-Wan isn't as developed. However, you still get enough information to know these two are like brothers.
I have trained you since you were a small boy.
You were my brother, Anakin!
If you're showing someone Star Wars for the first time, I wouldn't recommend doing so in this order, as the beginning of Revenge of the Sith doesn't make sense at all. There's a lot of things said that would leave you scratching your head wondering what the fuck they're talking about.
This time we will do it together. You won't get away this time, Dooku.
My powers have doubled since the last time we met, Count.
That does not make sense.
Who the fuck is Dooku? And why does Anakin have a robot arm? That's the reason you're supposed to watch episode 2 as well. All of these questions would be answered. But fuck that. I don't know, I personally think the mystery in Star Wars is one of the best things. It lets you fill in the blanks with your imagination. I know I'd prefer Boba Fett to still be a mysterious character, rather than ruling with respect. So yeah, I don't mind missing out on context if it cuts out all the bullshit. But what do you think about it all? Have you watched Star Wars the way I do? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, why not like it? If you liked me, why not subscribe? Then I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Smoke weed every day.